partner at the Noble Law Firm, and the attorney for Coach Williams here. I think you can tell from all the newspaper reports already since yesterday, we're here because of the beloved, humble ambassador of the local and national community, as well as a 50-year employee and alumni of St. Augustine's University, was abandoned by the university and terminated without explanation yesterday. Termination came after a short meeting with administrators where Coach was advised he needed to take approximately a 50% pay cut, abandon his role as athletic director, to be moved into what we understand to be a newly created position as athletic director emeritus, and that he had to accept the position by the end of the meeting or else he would be terminated. Coach was not in a position, for obvious reasons, to be able to accept the position, at which point he was handed a different letter in the meeting, summarily terminating his employment. The process for today is we want Coach Williams to speak, and we've made him available to speak about certain things, like the love for his work and passion for his students and the community at large, how he felt yesterday, and other issues that are important to him. Now, what we're not going to get into is anything in terms of, at this point, any potential legal arguments, speculating about facts, or whatnot. After Coach Williams answers questions for about 15 to 20 minutes, just so everyone knows, there's about 3 or 4 of his former student athletes here, and they are available to speak with each and any of you on their own behalf, should you want to do so. So with that, Coach Williams is available.
Coach, why do you think that they gave you this option, that you had to take a 50% pay cut, be moved to a new position, or leave, especially after such a legacy?
I have no idea. I was just blindsided by it. I thought we were going to talk about Kobe.
But your imagination must start running. I mean, do you have any inkling as to why they would put this in front of you?
And, I would just say to that, Keely, we don't want to speculate about the facts, and I don't want Coach to do that. So I do want to keep the focus, on what he would know. But that would be a great question, I think, to ask St. Augustine's, particularly since there's no reason provided in terms of why this was done. So we're as in the dark as you are in terms of that.
What was your emotions like leaving that meeting? Did it really take time to shock and kind of hit you?
Well, I mean, gosh, you've been in place for 50-some years, it's shocking because I've already explained to myself that I was going to only do 2 more years in there when, because of the pandemic, it threw a year off because I had about 5 or 6 kids. We had prepared for the Olympics, that students there and some outside. And so we were getting ready for that, and I thought this year was to be the year that I would go ahead and win a 40th championship because I had the type of student athletes that could have made that happen. And so I thought everything was okay. And so when I decided to go to our office, I thought we were going to talk about the pandemic, and that I said I think maybe we should cancel fall sports and move into the spring, because we don't know what's going on. And I got hit by the offer again that they gave me earlier, and I told them to put it in writing, but it wasn't. So it's just one thing to another. But one thing I can say, I love my alma mater, and I love the students. And you can see the students that I have here is that I got some work to do, because I had a hard time in Doha. And as a matter of fact, my wife thought I'd never be working again, and some of my students who was over at the World Championship. But I'm back, and I think my major goal now is to finish the job that I started. I have a lot of international students here who have been displaced because of the pandemic, and I need to take care of them. And we have a lot of students, athlete spirit is displaced, and so I've been trying to work with those kids and do the things that I need to do. I mean, this stuff started back in 1976, and we did it with no track, and then the city helped us put a track down, and now we have and then they helped us with another track, and we have the state-of-the-art track, but we don't have the infrastructure to have meets. I mean, I've been to St. Augustine all this time, and we've only had a couple of meets earlier, That's when, before the rules and regulations come out that you need a press box and bathroom. And so the only time people have seen the St. Aug track team run is over at the Raleigh Relays. And I stopped going there because they got too expensive. Finance was the problem. So I just want to get back to work and take care of these student athletes like I've always been doing and try to finish this year to a year and a half or 2 years. It depends on what the pandemic is all about. And you know, I don't have no hard feelings with anybody, but I'm disappointed. And most people would be disappointed if you've been around long as I have. I turned a lot of jobs down to stay there because I thought they needed me there. And so sometimes you get the peanuts, sometimes you get the hug. Look like I got the hug this time, okay?
Was the administration aware that you only wanted to do 2 more years? That was your plan?
Yeah,
They were
well, they knew. I had explained that to a lot of people, you know, and I even explained it to my student athletes because the fact that I've been all over the world. Rashawn and I, we've been to every corner of the world except probably Antarctica, and so I've done a lot of things, and for the United States, we've been my wife and I've been all over the world. We was talking about the other day. She said, you haven't been to Maine and you haven't been to Idaho. I said, oh, I'm sorry about that. But we probably plan on taking those 2 trips sometime in the future. And but it just was a big disappointment. I can't understand how people can even think of things like this, you know. Because if it's about the students, it's about the students.
You told me on the phone yesterday it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expand on that at all?
Well, I guess a lot of things are personal, man, because it could be job performance. That's the only thing I could think of. Okay.
And I would just say, with respect to that, again, you don't really want to speculate in terms of how it could have been personal, but would say, is 39 national championships not enough?
Mm-hmm.
You used the word disappointed several times there. That's a powerful word. Anybody who's ever been a parent has been disappointed by their kids.
Right.
It's a gut punch word.
Right. It's a really gut feeling word. You know, I guess to be the kind of guy I am, I was hurt, but I was humble, and I could have did a lot of things and said a lot of things, but you know, I let God do that. I almost died in Doha. I stayed over there for 3 weeks. I couldn't even walk, and I couldn't walk for almost 2 months. So too many things don't bother me like it would have if I was a young age. At my age now, I take things in stride and try to be as peaceful as I possibly can with the situation.
Your legacy has obviously long been secured. What does this do in terms, I mean, I guess it's just an awful way to end it, it seems.
Mark, you've been knowing me for a long time, and it is I just can't figure out what people think, you know, because what I've done, I'm happy. I've graduated a lot of kids. I got them coaching. I got them doctors, lawyers. I got kids all over the world, and I'm happy. But I got a little set right now that I need to get done with these kids. They need to be happy and settle and get their degree. You know, I graduated at least 92% of my kids, you know. And so we always say, you know, you might can run fast, but your butt is going to class, okay? And I believe in that. And so
It sounds like you want to go back and finish with this group.
I want to finish up. That's why I'm here. I just want to finish what I started. And I think God brought me back here to finish what I started. Because if you know what I experienced in Doha, and I can see my body laying over here to the side, and I'm saying, whoa, I'm gone. And I tell my son-in-law to take care of my family. I just thought I was in heaven, then I was gone, and I was blanked out. So I think he brought me back to take care of what I need to take care of for the institution, the community. There's a lot of things I do in the community, and I try to bring the community together with St. Augustine's University, and I have a lot of respect for the city of Raleigh and Wake County because they've helped us out. it's things that we need to do. You know, not me by myself, but we as a collective group need to get things done here. And God brought me back to do it, and so I want to get it done. I just don't want to walk away from nothing, either be shoved out of anything. I want to get the job done. This is very important to me, and I'm really upset that it has to go this way. It shouldn't have to be this way.
But if they work it out for you to go back, would you be able to trust the administration after what happened this time?
I wouldn't even be into the administration. I'm into my students, okay? And so the sometimes you step on a honeyed nest and you don't even know until you start to get stung, you know. And so, but it might not be the same administration, you know. So, but my job is to take care of young people, young student athletes, to try to mold them in the way that I think God wants me to do, and get them the degree and enjoy, because you know you're only one bad toe or twist ankle or pulled ham not to be able to do anything anymore. But academics is first, athletic is second, who help pay their bill, and a controlled social life is third. And if you go in those directions, you'll be all right.
Coach, it's no secret that the university had turmoil in terms of finances. You were obviously a big name and face for the institution. Do you feel like you did your part to help the university improve its financial situation?
Right. I have. I've done a lot, you know, and I've went down to Wake County and city, and they was all in, and I wanted to be able to help, you know, Shaw University and Peace College, because of their landlocked, and come into our venue to try to have games, football games, soccer games, and even we were talking about building a tennis court. So Peace has a tennis team, and you know, I was just in the community and the students saying, I didn't even think about at that point, you know, I had 2 more years that this would happen. This was the last thing in the world I would have thought of.
But I mean, the university specifically, in all of your time, do you feel like you helped the university as a whole and the athletics department beyond track improve its financial situation? The finance distress has been long documented beyond, you know, just recent history.
I think I have, because, you know, if you know the world, and you do, and I've seen you so many times on TV, people give people money. They don't give individuals and universities. And I thought about what I've done for this country as the head United States Olympic coach in 2004, the Olympic coach in 96. I was in Australia in 2000. We had 4 athletes to get gold medals there. And that all brings back to this community. And this community say, wow, let's help this guy, because this guy can bring, we were going to get the stadium fixed up so we can bring, have a lot of track meets there and bring a lot of good people in. And I know that's what I can do, and they know what I can do. And, you know, just like an ambassador for the whole, the city and for the institution. And so I only my lawyer Nick probably know what's going on, because I'm still at odd. I don't even know why, what's happening, you know. And I know one thing that do happen to people: either you want too much money, or you talk too much, or you know too much. Okay, and that's all I know.
If this doesn't work out and you get the job back that you want, where does St. Aug's track go from here? Who would possibly be able to succeed you?
That's the question. I mean, I wouldn't even have no idea. I have a lot of good people that, you know, if they, because I had people in place when I got ready to leave. But the way things have happened, I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope we don't have to even go through that point. I hope I'll be back there to lead the team on for another couple of years.
You made a point of wearing the shirt, obviously. You feel like you're still the head coach.
I'm still there. I mean, I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I just feel like it's probably a nightmare, you know. Mm-hmm. And it'll all come to head sometime, I guess. You know, it's just I got a good man on my side, so I believe in him and God and my family and my wife and everybody and my student athletes. So it's this truth will pass.
Coach,
Have you
what
been
was
in
your
contact
relationship like with the president administration before this happened? Was it cordial? You know, your relationship between the board and the president?
She was a student at St. Aug. I knew she was
Mhm.
a student, and you know she's young enough to be my daughter. But I never had any problems with her. I mean, I didn't even communicate with them. I usually kind of stay to myself, and when I come to work, I get on the computer, I listen and try to answer all questions I need to answer. And when there's a problem, I report to the president, and that's it. And the president's before them, and before them, my job is to report any situation in the athletic department to the president.
Nick, have you been in contact with the university, or have they reached out to you since yesterday?
Since yesterday, no.
Before then?
Before then, we've made every attempt to have a reasoned dialogue with the university administration, including board of trustees, their representatives, and was not being cute in terms of saying you may need to ask St. Aug's in terms of why this occurred. We've gotten no dialogue, no meaningful dialogue from them in terms of why this happened the way it did, or why it was even in the pipeline to happen.
What day did the meeting happen?
The meeting
That you first referenced at the start of this press conference? This was yesterday?
Yesterday's meeting
Okay.
where coach was terminated.
But you had some inkling before then that this was gonna happen?
Yes, there was certainly some communications or attempted communications because coach had been going through a rough time there. However, there was not any type of meaningful dialogue that, from our point of view, the university wanted to participate in.
They said in their release that contract negotiations have been going back and forth since March of this year. Is that accurate?
I would not call them negotiations in my view in any way, shape, or form. Have we reached out? Yes, trying to at least have a discussion, but from our point of view, there's been no meaningful dialogue initiated on their end. And, quite frankly, someone of coach's stature and what he's meant to the community, both locally and nationally, he deserves the decency of at least an explanation as to why what happened yesterday happened. And we've gotten nowhere in terms of getting that type of explanation.
It's all right.
We'll be back on campus.
I would just say, Coach, certainly Coach would like to be back. We would be certainly open to that, but in terms of what that would take, I wouldn't really want to. I think it'd be premature to talk about anything like that at this point.
You realize it was like 500 some signatures trying to alumni signing to get you back hired or get you back there.
Man, I've been here. I've been quiet. My phone's been ringing off the hook. I have not been doing too much, with this pandemic. I probably done looked at every cowboy movie you can find, and I just get up in the morning and watch westerns and enjoy myself. Sometimes it's best for you not to read so much and look at so many things because it can always change. I've always been kind of humble about things, and so it probably really hadn't hit me yet, that this is going on. But I get so many students and so many people from the West Coast all the way to the Midwest and East Coast. If you see the type of communication I've gotten from friends and people I don't even know is thing, because I did represent the United States of America, and most people don't know that because I did it all right. Okay, when you do it wrong, you guys have a camera right in front of my face, and I'm trying to say, hey, what happened over there, but I think we